Hello, the one and only Xylophoney here with the new ARK Survival Evolved Dossier, and we have the Mosschops. Now I remember playing a game this guy was in, and he is one of the very low tier creatures, and once again in ARK he will be a very low tier creature. However, he has some cool abilities to him that'll be new to the game, so let's get right into this dossier. It says that in the wild, the Mosschops Mutant in the wild is a lethargic, cowardly creature that primarily lives in the forests of the island, primarily making its home among the great redwoods of the west. It survives by being extremely flexible in its eating habits and completely averse to fighting. It never starves, since it can eat just about anything. Mosschops runs at the slightest provocation, but it is still often preyed upon. Okay, so this is kind of going to be like a smaller parasaur. Actually, looking in the picture, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that small at all. But it will be something that you can hunt down, however it'll try to run away from you. Maybe it'll run against some rocks and you can harvest it easily, or maybe you could tame it and have a good early mount. However, you are not able to ride it, but you can tame it. It says over here, when domesticated, what makes Mosschops particularly interesting is what it can be trained to do with its eating habits. With its teeth, Mosschops can be tamed in a unique utility. Over time, it can be taught exactly which things to gnaw, increasing the likelihood of harvesting that exact resource, which its master desires. For example, teach it to prioritize chewing prime meat, and prime meat will be the easier resource to harvest from the flesh that it consumes. Likewise for rare plant materials, and so forth. So that would be a really interesting thing. Although there's a lot of good ways to get prime meat, I could definitely see these guys being used to get things such as rare flowers and rare mushrooms. You can just go into a swamp with a couple Mosschops, and you can have all the mushrooms you could ever want. Then again, you will need to train these guys to do that, which I'm not entirely sure how it'll be. So, we'll see how that gets in the game, but up here it says, just don't expect Mosschops to protect you though. Even after taming, it'll quickly flee when enemies are nearby. Regardless of being fed well, increasing its strength, or how much affection you shower on it, Mosschops retains its inherent cowardly nature. So, this guy is always going to be a coward. He is not a fighting creature at all. He will run no matter what. He is very much like a ichthyosaurus, except you can't ride him to make him fight. So, the Mosschops is going to be an interesting thing. Definitely one of the low tier creatures. We can use him to get some meat, get some supplies, but when it comes to harvesting rare resources, he'll actually be pretty useful. I can't wait to see him actually getting used into the game, and I'm excited to see a little bit more diversity into ARK's ecosystem. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the Mosschops in the comments below. He's quite simple, but he's got a little bit of uniqueness to him, so I think I'll like him. Leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.